So everyone desires to be financially secure, but building that strong financial future can prove to be a hefty task. It's not enough to just save in the hopes that you can build long-term wealth. You need to be investing, but choosing the right investments can prove to be a tough task, especially when all stocks are not created equal. In this video, I have you covered. I'm going to be covering 4 Vanguard ETFs that you should be looking into investing in for long-term growth. So 4 Vanguard ETFs coming up. What is up, everyone? My name is Trey and welcome back to Let's Talk Finances, where on this channel I give you the best tips as well as strategies to help you get out of debt, stay out of debt, reach financial independence so that you can begin building wealth. Now, if this sounds like something that you might be interested in, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. So Vanguard ETF number 1 that you should be looking into is actually one of my personal favorites, and that is Vanguard's Total Stock Market ETF, ticker symbol VTI. This particular ETF actually invests in 3,755 stocks. Now they consist of small, mid, as well as large caps. So what does that mean for you? It means that you will be fully diversified, which is one of the goals that you want to accomplish when you're talking about investing. The goal of this particular ETF is actually to replicate the entire stock market. It was established in 2001, and since that time, it's averaged about 10% returns. Now, remember, past performances do not guarantee future gains. This particular fund has been a moneymaker for me and for many other people. So to put it into perspective for you, a $300 a month investment for 30 years at a 10% returns will get you about $592,000, so nearly $600K, which is a very substantial amount to retire with, okay? For those of you who are more so interested in some index funds from Vanguard, in this video, I have you covered. So check that video out after this one. All right, so moving right on along to Vanguard ETF number 2, and that is Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol VOO. Now this is one of those ETFs that Warren Buffett himself says that investors should be investing in, all right? And that is one that tracks the S&P 500. Now for those of you who are unaware of what the S&P 500 is, it is the Standard & Poor's 500 benchmark. That numerical number of 500 is a representation of 500 of the strongest and largest companies within the United States. One of the main differences between this one and the one previously mentioned is that this one only invests in large caps, all right? So it's going to be 500 of the largest companies within the United States that it invests in. So it does not diversify by adding those small as well as mid caps. Now, some people would say that the differences in returns would be minute. And to be honest with you, this is actually true. However, in some people's portfolio, investing in VTI, capturing those small as well as mid caps, offsets the volatility. Whether you choose VTI or VOO, you can't go wrong. You will be doing perfectly fine if you should happen to invest in either one of the two. However, I will say that you won't want to invest in both of these. The reason being is that there will be too much saturation. The 500 stocks that are in VOO, VTI also has, so you don't want to double dip there. This particular fund's inception date was 2010, and it has yielded about 10% returns as well. So the returns for these two are going to be relatively similar. For those of you who want a more concrete breakdown between the two, in this video, I actually went over that, so go ahead and check that video out after this one. However, for those of you who are already invested in some Vanguard ETFs or maybe other ETFs from different brokers, put down in the comments below which ones those are and let us know how they have been doing for you. All right, so moving right on along to Vanguard ETF number 3, and that is a very well-known and popular ETF, Vanguard's Growth ETF, VUG. Now this one invests in 276 stocks. Now a lot of people would say, hey, that really isn't that much. Why is it so great? The reason being is that it focuses on rapid growth. Remember, with rapid growth, you will get those high returns. However, there's a lot more volatility, which means you are susceptible to a lot more risk. Now, I would always say those who are younger and further away from retirement, you can assume that risk. However, those who are closer to retirement, I would say to stay away from those funds that are highly volatile. Now, its inception date was 2004, and its returns have averaged about 11 to 12%. Now, for those same figures, $300 a month for 30 years is going to bring you $716,000, which would be a very comfortable nest egg for someone who is about to retire. The last and final ETF for Vanguard, Vanguard's Information Technology ETF, VGT. Now, it consists of 333 stocks in total, but they are specific to the technology sector. Because of this particular fund is not as diverse, so it's not a standalone fund that you want to invest in. This is one that you want to mix with something like VTI or VOO. It will complement it very well. Here's the kicker. Inception date 2004, average 13 to 14%. And get ready for this. A $300 a month investment for 30 years would bring you $1.56 million. So there you have it, guys, the 4 Vanguard ETFs that you should be investing in for long-term growth. If you found this video to be helpful in any way, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm.